Hey everybody, it's Brett Burns with The Prepared Man. I wanted to take a moment to talk to you not about necessarily our camping kit, our bushcraft kit, our field survival kits, crash kits, bug out bags, inch bags, any of that stuff. Let's talk about the things that I carry with me every day. Now, this philosophy of mine has adapted a lot from my lifestyle, the things that I do for work, the things that I do for leisure, and then things that I run into often enough that I carry specialized kit for it. So with the addition of some slight modifications, the kit that I'm about to show you are things that I carry every day, and we're going to talk about some of the things that I can do with them. So let's just jump right in, and I'll start dumping my pockets. Now, the only thing I'm not going to show you is my mobile phone. I do carry a cell phone. Right now, we're using it as part of our filming gear. I carry a cell phone every day. So I carry a Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. I've switched to the Android phones and I carry them exclusively. So let's start going through some of our kit that we have in our pockets, things that we have and how that kit's modified. There are a couple other things that I'm not going to show you that I carry when I'm out and about, but this is mostly what I carry every day and the mentality behind it. The first thing that I want to show you is my pocket-sized flashlight. Now, as you can see, if you've been on any of the EDC groups, my pocket-sized flashlight is probably not the most powerful. It's probably not the most expensive, but it is the most versatile and the most durable for me. And I carry this flashlight every day. I'm out here in relatively full sun right now. You can see it's bright enough to make an impact there in my lighting. I carry this flashlight, which is the Streamlight Microstream, every single day. I know they make a rechargeable one. They make one that runs on CR123s. This one runs on a single AAA battery, and that's important to me. The platform that we choose in my household is with AAA batteries. Almost everything that we have uses AAA batteries. My wife's insulin pump uses a AAA battery, so should that battery fail, she can use this battery. A lot of my kit, things that I carry at work, use AAA batteries. My wireless presenter, all of my gear like that use AAA batteries. For similar reasons, in my work bag, I carry a USB-C cable because all of my kit, including my rechargeable battery packs and things of that nature, use USB-C. So I carry this flashlight that uses a AAA battery because they're readily available. If I'm out on a job somewhere, I more than likely can bum one off somebody, or I can stop by any convenience store, Dollar General, Walmart, gas station, and grab a AAA battery. CR123s, at least in my part of the world, are not nearly as easy to find. So that's why I carry this flashlight. And I'm going to show you a picture here in a little while of all this kit laid out together. So we will go through it. Right now I'm going to pop it back in my pocket so I don't lose it out here. Cigarette lighter. Now this one has been debranded. I'll tell you, I carry a good brand name. I carry a Bic cigarette lighter. That's what I carry. And that's my, for lack of a better term, and a term that I'm stealing from other outdoorsmen and bushcrafters, this is my sure flame. I carry a Bic cigarette lighter every day. Do I smoke? No. Have I used this cigarette lighter to start I don't know how many fires at this point? Yes. Have I used this cigarette lighter to fuse plastic points back together on parts that I'm working on? Yes. Have I used this cigarette lighter in conjunction with paper clips to form rudimentary solder joints? Yes. Have I used this cigarette lighter as a toggle? Yes. Have I used this cigarette lighter to prop open doors and drawers? Yes. Have I used this cigarette lighter to work harden surfaces, like to dry out tulip poplar to make trigger switches? Not this one, but yes, I have. So a Bic cigarette lighter is just my choice. Another thing that I can carry is a match safe if you'd like to. This is a modern Marbles match safe that has my Strike Anywhere matches in it. And if you want to go with that more classic setup with Strike Anywhere matches versus a Bic lighter, by all means, if that's what you choose to do it. These are chemical mix matches. These have been in this safe for at least a couple years, and as you can see, they start to deteriorate over time. A good fresh Strike Anywhere match, I should be able to strike with the rough part of my fingernail. You can hear it popping, but it's just not It's not striking. So these are probably drawing moisture even with the rubber gasket. And there you go. We got flame on that one. So, yeah. Just so you know, it is possible to carry those and get sure flame. But I've always chosen to go with the Bic lighter instead. Let's talk about something every man should carry. Every man, every person, every grown-up, every mature human being should be carrying a pocket knife at all times. I take that one step farther, and you'll see in some of my other videos, I carry a pocket knife that has two features. It should have an awl or a way to poke a round hole and a saw blade. Now, unfortunately, that really limits me to pocket knives. I can carry a $180 Carl Schlesinger German eye, which I carry sometimes, a knife that hasn't been made in 40 years, or I can carry a Swiss Army knife Farmer, which I carry quite a bit, the Victorinox Farmer, even carry it at work. This one's seen a lot of wear, but it does have that saw blade that is fairly aggressive that I use for a lot of different things. Have I used this to trim holes in drywall? Yes. Have I used this to modify plastic pieces? Yes. Wooden pieces, trap triggers, toggles for camp, notches. This thing right here is a lifesaver. Have I cut inch lumber with it? Absolutely. Recently, we were at an event. We set up a canvas wedge tent. I trimmed 2 inches off of an upright pole with one of these. So it is possible. Another knife that I carry some is a Schrade. And I'll have to open the blade. You'll have to forgive me. I don't remember the number off this one. It's a 970T. And this is the Schrade Old Timer. It has a saw blade. I'll try to put the name down below when I can find it online. But it has a saw blade which is really aggressive. It's a trapper profile, which I really like. The saw blade actually has a liner lock. So once you open it, it locks open. That's a good thing when you're getting that back and forth motion. You don't want to pop it back closed on your finger because it's not just a cut. It hurts really bad. You get a lot of little cuts off the saw blades. It also has a pen, which I can use to scribe with. So that kind of takes the place of that awl that I like to carry. I really like to carry awls. And a pair of tweezers. I don't use the tweezers much, but at the same time they're there. So that's my 2 pocket knife options that I carry. Swiss Army knife Farmer, which I'm not going to bore you with the details on. It has a can opener, a flathead screwdriver, an awl, a saw blade. This is a really nice knife option. One of these 2, I carry a camless Camp King sometimes, or a Camp Scout knife sometimes, but I really like having that saw blade option. So I typically carry a knife that has that saw blade as well. In addition to that, I always carry a handkerchief or a bandana. I use this all the time. I've got a little girl right now. We use that to, wipe the baby. I could throw this on that baby and make a diaper for that baby. She's 8 months old. I could make a diaper easily enough with this to get her home if I needed to. But, the goal is to always be prepared and not have to do that. But, wiping faces, wiping off surfaces for her to interact with, especially in this pandemic time. I can use this as a supplemental fabric. Can I char this? Have I charred bandanas before? Absolutely. It's 100% cotton. Can I make bandages with it? Absolutely. More than likely, I'm just wiping up sweat and nastiness. Picking up hot things. Use it quite a bit. Another thing that I carry that a lot of people think's weird, but I carry it all the time. I use this multiple times at work or at home. I carry a piece of bank line. This is number 36 Catahoula bank line, which in my opinion is the best bank line out there right now. You can see this has been in my pocket for a while. You can see how stiff it is. This has not been modified. I have dipped some in wax before and carried it, and that's okay. It just gums up my work pants a little bit too much for me to carry a waxed piece of line in my pocket. But I've used this to tie open doors, tie closed doors, bundle wires and pieces together. The other night we had some cows damage a fence, and I actually tied a gate in with a piece of bank line. Repairing fences, pulling timber, pulling triggers, using for toggles to bundle down sticks, primitive traps. I use bank line quite a bit. I keep an entire roll in my truck, in my truck kit as well, which is in addition to any camping or outdoor kit that I have. But I carry a piece of bank line a lot. I use it a lot. Really handy, tracing wires, things of that nature. So that, in a nutshell, believe it or not, is my entire kit. That's the stuff that I carry with me every day. So I can be flexible. I can look at the different things that I need and have the different things that I need in order to get by. So let's take a look at this picture here that is laying it all out flat, and I'm going to go through the list again. So I have basically a handful of items that'll fit in any pants pocket. A good pocket knife. I like a multi-blade pocket knife, a knife with a saw, a knife with an awl. Cigarette lighter. I go with a brand name, Bic lighters. I really love adjustable lighters. I do not like electronic strike lighters. I like lighters that have the flint, and you know why if you've done any bushcraft. I don't like electronic cigarette lighters. Flashlight. I always carry a flashlight, and I carry a common battery flashlight or a rechargeable flashlight. The spotlight that I have right now is rechargeable, so carry that. It's all laying here on my bandana that I carry. This is a standard handkerchief. It's not some funky, everyday carry handkerchief. This is just a standard handkerchief, and I carry one religiously. And the reason that I carry a standard one versus a really nice one is if I need to cut this thing up, tie it up, and leave it forever somewhere, oh well. I also carry a piece of bank line, so that's the bank line there. I think I'll put it in the bottom right while you're looking at the picture. So that, in a nutshell, guys, is my everyday carry kit. I wanted you to take a look at it. Once again, I encourage you to kit up, carry your equipment, but use your equipment. Make sure you're carrying things that you know how to use and you will use. So stay safe, guys. Get outdoors. Thank you for watching.